Once we've learned to love ourselves, we can begin to start giving to others of ourselves. Perhaps the most important other in our life is going to be our spouse. Marriage at best is a risky proposition. Well, there are no guarantees. You never know what's going to happen. But sometimes it seems we give up too easily on something that's very important. I can't speak from experience. Jackie and I have only been married a little while, and we have our struggles. But I know of a couple who've been married for over 50 years now. They're second-generation Japanese who grew up in Hawaii. They were married during the Depression, and soon to follow that was World War II. They've struggled with a number of hard things, tough times, and managed to come through it all. His family were farmers. His father left Japan because he was the second son and didn't stand to inherit any of his father's land, so he came to Hawaii for better opportunities, and he became a teacher. Her family was shopkeepers. Anyway, they met, they began dating. He gave her a Book of Mormon on their first date, but she decided to continue seeing him anyway. And eventually, they started making plans, or at least he started making plans. One day they were sitting down and he was talking about the future that they'd have together. And she stopped him and said, "Hisashi, aren't you getting a little ahead of yourself? You haven't even proposed to me yet." And he told her, "Moto, I think it's time that we start sending our laundry out together." She didn't recognize this as his proposal. Would you have? Anyway, she said, "Might as well. I can't do my laundry by myself anyway." Well, he had to do better than that. And although I wasn't there, I think that what my grandfather said to my grandmother was something like this. Like diamonds on the water or a light on the sea, the islands were an answer to a second son's plea. The scent of opportunity in silvery air drew families from their homelands with a hope and a prayer, because the islands sang like a dream to the stalwart fortune seekers sailing west, while offering golden mountains to possess. Through the sweat of our brows and the toil of our hands, a generation later and the times are still tough, and it begins to seem their dream just isn't enough. But it can't end until their children live, love, and die. I know that we can find it if you'll be by my side. To marry would be an act of faith in the dreams and aspirations of our past, attempting to be something that will last. Through the sweat of our brows and the toil of our hands. And when we're older, I know we'll be here to enjoy prosperity. And when we're older, I know we'll see our family growing steadily. So if you love me, then take my hand, and together we can make it through the rain, the hardship and the struggle and the pain, through the sweat of our brows and the toil of our hands.